Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela, and on this topic I wanted to talk to you guys about what happens when you go against the narcissist. What happens, when you go against the narcissist, because sometimes, we think that we have all the answers, the information. We think that we can revenge these people. We think that if we were just to, get even with the narcissist, then, you would feel much better, right? But the truth of the matter is that you cannot go back. I'm the first to tell you guys that you cannot go back. So the hardest part is accepting that, because when a narcissist comes into your life, they're trying to take you out of civilization. They want it so that you cannot, come back into society, so that you can be invisible, so that you can be almost a ghost in society. The moment that you go against a narcissist, or the narcissist suspects that you're going against them, or they feel like you betrayed them in some way, even though everything was based on a lie, they feel as if they have to get you before you get them. And in order for them to do that, they have to make you disappear. They want to make you disappear. They want to make you disappear so that they can move on to someone else, so that they won't be tied back around to coming back around in a circle, having to apologize or give you the closure that you want or you're seeking, because they feel like, I will never allow anyone to make me feel like I need them. I will never allow anyone to make me feel bad about the things that I had to do to survive. This is the main reason that most people pity the narcissist, but the same pity that you're having for them, they're not having for you. And a lot of times you realize that you're making the ultimate sacrifice sometimes while you're with them, while you're losing things, while you're losing family, friends, when you lose even the people you're close to because of their own narcissism, and their inability to accept you for telling the truth, because they're living in a lie and they feel like, hey, you don't know me. You don't know what I went through. You don't know why I'm like this, and even if you try to understand, to them, it's like, I'm in a battle by myself. So a lot of times you're grieving the relationship. You're grieving the narcissist, because you know that the moment that you woke up, this person, the person you cared about the most, is selling you out. They're ready to take you out, So they try to take you out of society. And this is why a lot of people lose their minds. They feel like, it doesn't matter what I do. I feel like I'm living in, Groundhog's Day or something, because it seems like even when these people are gone, that same energy and the same events in different ways keep happening. So when you leave these people, you feel like, I should be free now. I should be free. I should be a free bird. But somehow you still feel you still feel like you're a slave to these people. You're a slave to what they did to you. You're a slave to the thoughts and the events and the things they imprinted in your mind. You're thinking of the times, the good times. You're thinking of how things should have been. You're thinking of, the greed and how could it had gotten, this far? How could the greed had gotten this far? Everything in the narcissist world is transactional. They feel like you should have never trusted them. They feel like you shouldn't expect unconditional love from them. They feel as if they can break you, anyone can break you, and it just happened to be them. That's how the narcissist feels. They feel like, you know, if you allow me to break you, that's on you. But as long as you're in my life, you're basically going to do whatever I say, because I've came to the understanding that I get to decide how I want to live my life. So if I decide to tell you things that aren't true to make myself feel good, then that's what I'm going to do. And the faster you discover this, you have to come to terms that I'm not going to change, and that just like I'm not going to change, there's many, many people like me. That's how they're looking at it. There's many people like me, and if you come from families like this, it's basically do as I say, or you're going to suffer, right? So a lot of times what you do as an empath is that you already see the arguments coming. You already see the gaslighting. You see that your words are being twisted. Not only do you see that your words are being twisted, but now they're adding to what you've said or what you've done. Now they're accusing you of things that you haven't even done. And that's where it goes completely left for the empath. That's where you're like, wait, right is right, wrong is wrong. This doesn't make sense. Am I crazy? Are they crazy? I don't want to play this game. I don't know what this game is. And when you finally learn how to focus on the things that these people are doing when it's transactional, meaning that these people will bring up what they've done for you. And a lot of times during those transactions, they're not going to tell people what you've done for them. They're not going to tell people, the nice things that you have done for them. And the reason they don't tell people is because they already know that you're not that type of person. They know that you don't go around telling people, oh, I did this for them. Even if you get into a fallout with someone, you're hurt about the fallout. You're not hurt about the materialistic things. But because the narcissist is transactional, they will bring up everything that you just wouldn't bring up as a weapon. It's nothing but a weapon, because when they're explaining this to others, they feel like everything I'm saying is true. I really did this. And they say it to where other people believe it. And a lot of times it's, people believe it because they saw it, because the narcissist told them what they did, But you just didn't know that they were saying nasty, bad things about you behind your back. You didn't know that part, You didn't know that every time you did something for them, they really didn't appreciate it. So what happens when you reject this type of person? What happens when you don't do what they demand? You would think that you can just walk away from the situation. You can walk away from this cult. You can walk away from this group, from this family, these friends. But now they have a personal vendetta with you that they will carry along for many years sometimes. What separates the empath is that the empath is willing to forgive. The empath is willing to see how they can make the situation better after the empath has finally calmed down from all of the crazy making and all of the things that didn't make sense. Can't give them any energy, negative, positive, because all of it gives them fuel. So the narcissist knows that the empath wants to walk away from the situation, and when the narcissist knows that when they have an instinct or a hint that you've said to them that you're ready to leave, or any of that, they have a personal vendetta to the point where they want to destroy your life. And what makes this interesting is that a lot of times while they're with you, they're telling you things like, I can't wait to be done with everyone. I can't wait to be done with my family. I can't wait to, once I get this new job, once I start making this kind of money, I'm not dealing with anyone. I'm not dealing with people anymore. So they'll say all of these things to you. They'll tell you, things that will make you kind of like second guess yourself to where you're like, is this being directed at me? Like, am I going to be one of those people that you're not going to want to be around? So you'll say things to yourself, and this person will smile in your face and reassure you that everything is fine, that everything is back to how it used to be, that everything can actually go back, that they're just as forgiving as you, right? They're just as forgiving. Everything can go back. You're just making it complicated. You like problems because you're bringing up your emotions or what was done. So the fact that you care, that's what the narcissist feeds off of, your empathy, that you actually care, especially when you care about everyone and strangers and homeless people and you want to save the world. The narcissist is like, you have no idea what's going on. So, come under my wing and I'm doing you a favor. They feel like while you're with them, they're a bodyguard. They're protecting you in some way. So even if they're treating you bad, they're like, hey, I've been protecting you like an armor, whether you like to believe it or not. So you're basically sucked back into the loop. The narcissists expose themselves, so they're running from karma, and they feel like because they've revealed themselves, but then they're going to put the mask back on. They're going to play the nice girl. They're going to play the nice guy. They're going to play the victim. They're going to play all these little games with you, all these little games. And the whole time that you're thinking you're protecting each other in some sick, twisted way, they were only protecting themselves while telling you, hey, I'm closer to you than anyone else. I talk to you more than my family. I talk to you more than my. So they'll say things to you to literally plant seeds in your head. Yet, at the same time, they were trying to kill you to be on top because that's all they care about. So what happens when you come across a narcissist and they think that they can outsmart you? What happens when you come across a narcissist and they feel like, hey, you're the weakest in the link, you're the weakest link, or, you're not going to amount to anything, or I'm going to have fun destroying your dream because you had it better than me, so if they already feel like you will go against them from the start, you have literally became the narcissist's next target. So whoever the narcissist ends up with, when you'll go against them, they go for someone that they know eventually will go against them, but it's going to take a while for them to wake up. The moment you go against the narcissist and the narcissist knows that they have to seek a new source of supply, the reason they really want to destroy you, the reason they are almost repulsed by you, like they'll have this look like you don't know what you just did. And that's because when they get to the new supply, they're going to have to treat that person worse than the last person to keep that person in line, because it just gets worse for the narcissist. So this is why it's very dangerous when you make it aware to these people that you're done. The narcissist needs constant reassurance that you are not going to keep gossiping about them once they're gone, so they intimidate you, they scare you, because the whole time they're going to make it their mission to prove to others that they are not who you know they are, so that when things come back around, they can have you to blame. is that these people continue talking about you. These people keep bringing you up. These people keep living off the memories of what they've done to you. These people will even live off those memories, and then everything will just, an alarm will go on their head, and they just want to do the same things that they once did all over again. A lot of times these people, will send people your way to befriend you just to gain information from you. A lot of times, they'll make a scene where they'll devalue certain people because of their empathy, and they know that those people are going to seek people that they've done the same things to, and they know that those people will even click up. So they're looking forward to send people your way, and while you're talking to these people, now it's giving them an open door to say, hey, you guys are talking about me, or, they want people to bring up what they did so that they can get, fired up again. And a lot of times, even if you're on a journey where you're telling yourself, I'm not dealing with those people, a lot of times the person that they sent, the person they devalued, that's really like, how dare they do that to me after all the nasty things I've done to protect them. I worked as a soldier, and now they just cut me loose. That person secretly wants to be around these type of people. They secretly want to go back. They secretly would, if they had the opportunity to swap, they would swap you for them. They'll tell you they're not, but you'll see that they're so hurt. You'll see that they can't move on, just the same way that it's very difficult to move on from a narcissistic relationship. And those people will even do things to you, even love bomb you, so that later on they can make it transactional, just how the narcissist did it to you, how they didn't acknowledge anything that you ever did. And then this new person will do it to you just to look good in front of them, even if they know that they might not rekindle that relationship, but they want people to know, hey, I understand why you devalued him or her, but I'm still not friends with you, because they're hoping that it makes them look better than you. And this is someone that you probably helped, and gave them a shoulder to cry on. And now all the information you've given them, now they're acting like you, now they're mimicking you, now they're copying you. So these are the things that are going to happen once you try to leave the narcissist control, when you don't want to be controlled by this person, when you finally say no. These people will do some of the most low down, dirty things and then watch you. They'll stay around in your face and smile. That's the thing that confuses the empath so much, is why would the narcissist do this? And then I would think to myself, the narcissists that I've ever, all the narcissists that I came across, they're always putting on a show, like they're on television, like they're being seen by others. Like it will get to the point where, you're looking at them like there's no one in here. There's no one here but you and I, or, scenarios where, things don't even add up and they're acting out in public, or they're preying on your emotions, and every time, you give these people any energy, you'll see that more people gather around them for the gossip, so the narcissist enjoys gossip, the narcissist does not apologize. They do not feel any remorse. That's what happens when you finally leave, when you leave these toxic people behind. They don't have remorse. They don't feel bad. It was all a big joke. It was all a big game to them, And the sooner you find that out, the sooner you will free yourself. A lot of times you might have even had, valuable information about these type of people that if it was the other way around, they would have used it on you. But you held on to this information because you felt like it doesn't matter what I do. I cannot force anyone to care about me. So you'll get to that point where you realize you can't force anyone to care about your life, the way you feel, the way you think, your dreams, your ambitions, and that a lot of these people don't really want others to do better than them. And a lot of times they might be doing better than you, and they still are, stepping on you and trying to, squash you like you're a bug, you're a bug, a fly on the wall or something, So these people want you to have a bad perception of who you are, even when they've devalued you, even when you've had no choice but to discard even yourself. These people want you to see and perceive yourself as being less, and that's the main goal for the narcissist. They do not feel good if they know that you've moved on. They do not feel good if they know that you're doing better. This is why when you're around them, they're constantly talking bad about people, but yet when they're in front of these people, they're being really nice. They're saying, I never said that, or that was just, I was just saying that. A lot of times they wanted you to perceive these people as bad people because they were lying to you, because they were trying to separate you, exclude you from others. They rejected you. A lot of times you hang on to people and you don't even realize till later, like, these people actually didn't even love me. These people didn't love me. This person didn't like it when I was giving them a hug, or this person, when I gave them a kiss, they were making faces, or every time I'm with my family, they're telling me to dress a certain way. Anything that I do is just not perfect for them. I even go into the situations trying to be perfect for them, but then still trying to be myself, my authentic self, how God made me. But they're telling me that it's ugly. They're telling me that's not right. They're telling me this is what I need to be. So when you don't do what these people say because everything is transactional, and you look back and you realize that you didn't even get to experience certain things because of their own evil, you couldn't see it for what it was because it didn't seem evil. They didn't give you any behaviors that it was evil, but then you will look back and you're like, wow, how could my own family member, they didn't care about me when it was my birthday. They didn't even celebrate me like it was nothing. But when their birthday came up, they expected me to gift them and give them flowers. And they if they don't get the perfect party, they're in tears. And these could be the people that raised you, even, where it's like, if I do something nice for you, I have to look good. I have to look like I'm letting everyone know I paid for it. And everything that they do, it never seems like it's coming from the heart, like they really want you to be happy. So once you wake up, once the switch is on, you'll guilt yourself thinking that maybe there was something else you could have done, but chances are that they just don't. They don't like you because you've actually flipped the switch on. And that's all it is. It's the fact that they're afraid of you now. And it's not just that you're lying and deceiving people, but now you're abusing others because of your own lie, because you feel like, hey, if I keep abusing you and I keep seeing you cry and I keep seeing the emotion in your eyes that you love me, this is why when you're crying, they'll kiss you like the kiss of Judas. They'll start rubbing on your hair. They'll start pulling your hair on a ponytail. They'll start grabbing your shoulders. They'll start putting their hand on your knees and rubbing on you. And you're like crying, and they're like, you really love me, huh? You really care about me, huh? You really are devoted. You're really loyal to me. You really wouldn't play me, huh? While they're doing these things to you. And once they feel like, hey, I found something better. And plus, you're starting to wake up now. You're starting to see that I've done this so many times. And I've even exposed myself. And somehow you don't want to believe it. I see how flabbergasted you are, where you're like, everything was fake. These years were fake. My future faking, all that. It wasn't real. Like, why would you even want to be around someone and waste their time? Why would you even want to do that over what? What did you gain from that? What did you gain from it? But you don't know a lot of times that you saved the narcissist from hell. And because they feel like you've always had more, you always had more energy than them, they feel like you're going to use your energy to attack them now. So they have to make sure you feel the lowest of the low. This is why you build your energy up. And while you're building your energy up, you're going to start to see all of them fall like dominoes. And it's not going to make you feel good, because it never made you feel good in the first place. You just wanted what you wanted. And sometimes we realize that what we wanted isn't really what we need, because the world is not what we thought it was. And people don't care the way that they say they care. And everything is transactional. And a lot of times, people don't even give back for anything. They feel like, I could have done it anyway. I could have got it anyway. I could have, someone else could have healed me. They walk around very prideful, and the same people that will say they're victims, their actions will sometimes, be different, because now they're projecting everything that they're going through onto other people. And this is why when you heal, you'll see that people will project things onto you that are not you, or that you're not feeling. And you'll start catching it. First, you might think to yourself, like, these people think I'm sad. Oh, I'm okay. But eventually it's like, no, that's not how I feel. Is that how you feel? You actually start having a voice, and, people know the difference. The narcissist knows the difference. And this is why they feel like they need to destroy you once you start waking up, because you're going to start to see that there were so many moments that they played you. And then they'll sit here and throw their Bibles at you and tell you, hey, you don't need anyone but God, and this and that. Yet, they behave in a way where it's not God-like, right? So I hope that this message, you guys, was helpful for your healing, and what to look out for, what you're going to feel, the people that you're going to come across during your journey. Everything happens so that you can become one with yourself, and so that you can see things from many different perspectives without any permanent attachments, because, you're not in control anymore. God is. So I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, peace, and your healing. If you guys want to book a session with me, my booking information is on the description. As always, give me, you guys, 24 hours at least to respond to you guys. And if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. Subscribe if you guys want to listen to up and coming podcasts, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.